If you have a website, its login page might be under attack right now, while you're watching this. Bots don't care if your site is brand new, small, or not worth hacking. They're hitting every site they can find with brute force attacks. Thousands of password guesses an hour. And most owners never notice until it's too late, until they've already been hacked and lost everything. But for WordPress sites, here's the good news. There are ways to stop these attacks. Today we will show you the most effective brute force protection methods for WordPress. Step by step, beginner friendly. Let's go. Quick pause for today's sponsor, WordPress.com. And honestly, it's a perfect fit for today's topic. The brute force protection methods we're covering today work on any self-hosted site. You can take your time and configure them one by one. But what if you want to skip the manual setup and still get robust brute force protection? Well, brute force attack protection is built into every WordPress.com site from the moment it's created. No plugin to install, nothing you have to set up. It pulls security threat intelligence from millions of sites, so a bot blocked elsewhere is already blocked on yours. You can explore WordPress.com through the link in the video description. Now, back to the video. First up, what is a brute force attack? A brute force attack is when bots repeatedly try different usernames and passwords until they find the correct combination. The attacker isn't hacking WordPress itself, they're trying to guess your credentials. This is one of the most common attacks on websites. Why brute force attacks matter? If attackers succeed, they may take over your website, install malware, spam your visitors, hurt your SEO, and even consume server resources even if they never log in. Now, what should you do to protect yourself against brute force attacks? Step 1. Use strong passwords and unique usernames. Don't use terms like admin as your username, as it's too easy to guess. Next, use long, unique passwords, something that nobody can ever guess. And try to use different combinations of letters, symbols, and numbers to make your password stronger. It's also a good idea to use password managers to store your passwords to keep them safe. Step 2. Enable two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication adds another layer of protection. Even if someone knows your password, they still need your authentication code. So this ensures your website remains safe even if your password is cracked. Now, let's also quickly discuss how you can enable two-factor authentication for your website using WordPress. Now, there are several plugins that you can use to set up two-factor authentication. In fact, WordPress has a smaller version of their plugin that includes the login security features only. You can also use that plugin. So simply go to your Add Plugin section and search for WordFence Login Security. As you can see, we have the main version of the plugin, but there's another version called WordFence Login Security, which only includes the login security features, including the two-factor authentication. So if you only want the login security features of WordFence, you can install this. But if you have this version, the main version installed, you'll have login security plus other features. Now, to enable two-factor authentication using WordFence, simply hover your mouse over WordFence and go to Login Security. And from this screen, what you simply do is scan this QR code using your Authenticator app. You can download the Authenticator app from Google Play Store or App Store. Just simply install the app, open it up, scan this QR code, and after scanning, you are going to receive a code. That code will only last a few seconds, so write that code over here and click on Activate, and your two-factor authentication will be activated. Another important thing are these recovery codes. So I highly recommend that you copy these and paste it somewhere safe, or download it from here and place it somewhere safe. So this will be useful in case you ever lose your device. Two-factor authentication requires your password along with your device, and if you lose your device, you won't be able to access your WordPress website. So that will be a problem. To avoid that problem, WordFence has introduced this recovery codes, which will help you log in case you lose your device. Now, to tweak the settings of two-factor authentication, you can simply click on this Settings tab. From here, you can see all your user summary, so all your users will be visible over here. From down here, you can enable the two-factor authentication for various roles. See, for example, the administrator. There are options to make the two-factor authentication optional or required. So if we select required, the admin has to use two-factor authentication to sign in. For other roles, you can choose between disabled, optional, or required. For maximum security, you can mark all of these roles as required for two-factor authentication. So each and every single user roles will have to use the two-factor authentication to log into the WordPress website. There's also the grace period. So by default, it's set to 10 days. That means all your users will have 10 days time to set up two-factor authentication. Otherwise, they will lose access to their account. There are various other options to explore, such as allow remembering device for 30 days, require 2FA for XML RPC call authentication. There are other options for WooCommerce and custom integration over here. There's also the reCAPTCHA options over here. Just go through them one by one and you will be good to go. Now, we are not showing you the exact process step by step. If you want a guide on how to set up two-factor authentication on your WordPress website using WordFence, we have a detailed tutorial on that topic. You can find it in the video description. Now let's move on to the next step. Step 3. Limit login attempts. By default, WordPress allows unlimited login attempts. That means bots can keep guessing passwords, and this can go on and on until they find the correct combination. You can stop that by limiting login attempts. In order to do that, you can use a plugin. First, go to Plugins and click on Add Plugin, then search for Limit Login Attempts Reloaded. Install and activate the plugin. Now, you have to configure the plugin, so click on this Settings tab. Here you will find different lockout settings. If we scroll down over here, we can find the Notify on Lockout, so we will be notified when there's a lockout. We can also specify after how many lockouts the notification email will be sent to us from here. We can also see the lockout options. So here are the allowed retries. By default, it's set to 4. That means after 4 retries, it will cause a lockout. How long this lockout will last? It's defined over here, 20 minutes. So for 20 minutes, this user will not be able to add in username and password to log in. Next, you can also define how many lockouts will cause the lockout time to go to 24 hours. Now, both of these values can be changed. For example, you can make it 6, and the lockout period can be a little less longer, or you can make it even longer. This is up to you. And finally, there's the option for hours until retries are reset. By default, it's set to 24. That means 24 hours until retries are reset. So 24 hours later, the user will be able to try and log in again. Finally, when you're done with all of these options, you can read over here to understand how the lockout mechanism works. So for these default options, let's see what the lockout does for us. After a specific IP address fails to log in 4 times, a lockout lasting 20 minutes is activated. If additional failed attempts occur within 24 hours and lead to another lockout once their combination total hits 4, the 20 minutes duration is extended to 24 hours. The lockout will be lifted once 24 hours have passed since the last lockout incident. So that summarizes all of these options. Now, after you are done, make sure to go ahead and click on Save Settings to save all your changes. Step 4. Add a firewall. A firewall blocks many malicious requests before they even reach your WordPress website. Some popular options for adding a firewall is through Cloudflare or WordFence. WordFence has a powerful firewall with a lot of settings, and you don't have to configure all of these as these are already configured for you. As you can see, it gives you protection against brute force attacks. You can configure these options from here if you want to. Step 5. Keep WordPress updated. Many attacks target known vulnerabilities in outdated software, so it's very important to keep all your plugins, themes, and your core WordPress updated. Step 6. Remove unused plugins and themes. Inactive doesn't always mean safe. Unused plugins and themes increase maintenance and may introduce vulnerabilities if left outdated. So if you have unused plugins and themes and you don't plan to use them, simply delete them. Step 7. Choose reliable hosting and backups. Security isn't only about plugins. Reliable hosting plays an important role. Automatic backups help you recover quickly if something goes wrong. So if your hosting partner is reliable and if you have backups, you have one less thing to worry about. Now here's the quick security checklist. First, use a strong password, use unique usernames, use two-factor authentication, limit login attempts, use a firewall, always keep your core WordPress updated along with all the plugins and themes, remove unused plugins and themes, pick a reliable hosting, and make sure to keep regular backups in case something goes wrong. Brute force attacks are one of the easiest threats to defend against if you follow a few best practices. Most of these protections take only a few minutes to set up. So that's the complete playbook. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, regular maintenance, and hosting you can trust. None of this takes advanced skills. It just takes actually doing it instead of putting it off. And if you want to skip the manual configurations and get built-in brute force protection, the WordPress.com links in the video description. If this helped, hit subscribe because we've got more WordPress tutorials like this one coming. And drop a comment if there's a step here you want us to go deeper on. See you in the next video.